thing I think comes up a lot, Igor, you mentioned like trust. So one thing that is really critical is that we understand that people trust in different ways. So a great exercise to do with your team is to figure out how they trust one another. So there's three main ways that people trust. One way is competency. You do what you say you're going to do. So if you're a leader and executive, most executives and leaders and so forth, that's kind of their primary trust, right? Like, did you do it? You said you were going to do it. Did you do it? But a lot of people don't trust that way. So the second way that people trust is likability. How much do I like you? How much do I relate to you as a person? Are you like my friend? I trust you. If I like you, I can relate to you. And then perhaps the most interesting is the third way that people trust, which is, do you have my back? So Dr. Rachel and I, we work with, Medicaid or vulnerable healthcare populations. For a lot of folks who grew up in vulnerable situations, they're not used to having a lot of competency in their lives, right? Their lives are pretty chaotic. So a lot of them, for example, trust based on the, do you have my back? So sometimes we don't understand that because we're like, well, the person said they were going to do and they didn't do anything. And like, why would you trust them? But for that person, they felt like they had their back, and that was what mattered most to them. So it's really interesting in a team to kind of maybe do a little exercise and see everybody on your team, how do they trust? What's their primary way of trusting? And it might be a little of everything. And what you might find is that, most people say it's competency, but then there's a couple people that says, do you have my back? So building trust with somebody, the do you have my back might be, hey, Igor, I was thinking about you the other day, and I know that you had this event with your family on the weekend, and I'm wondering, do you want me to do anything on Friday to help you so you can like get out the door a little easier? Right? Like that might be a way. I have your back. I got you. You can head out if you want early. I got you. Like that might build that trust. 5 dysfunctions. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I was really, because my friend that I mentioned before, he said like, trust is the residue of promises fulfilled. He loves this quote. But what surprised me that this book specifically talked about this, do you have my back thing? So people don't get political. They know that even though your team members know who you are, know your weaknesses, they will not act in a way that will hurt you. So that the team can be open about mistakes, about things they're doing wrong, because like people on the team trust each other in that way. And for me, that is resonating very strongly. I feel like I'm getting a personal lecture on how to run my mural sessions and also how to build trust in the team. Thank you so much. This has exceeded my expectations quite a lot, like this conversation.